Second. All right, guys. I'm going to be preaching on presentation. The way that you present yourself matter as a believer. So guys, why do you think the way we present ourselves matter as believers? Anybody? Hey? Hey, host what? Hey? Got an answer? Why do you think the way we present ourselves matters as believers? Oh, no answer?
I think the way we present ourselves really shows other people how we look as believers. So, like example, if we make like the right choices, other people will see that, and we'll see that true believer will always try to seek the right path.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I was going to say, we are the closest thing that people see to Christ. We are the closest examples of Christ that people see. And if you want proof, 1 John chapter 2, verse 6, say that all people who seek God shall be like Christ. Well, that was improvised, but yeah. So what should we focus on when we talk about presentation? The first thing I want to talk about is speech. Hearing is a gateway, whether to sin or to righteousness. Can we please open up to Luke 8:18? So praise God if you're there. Hey, thanks. Is everybody there? Thanks. So we're only going to read the first sentence of the verse. It says, so pay attention to how you hear. All right? So as believers, we should focus on what we listen to, but also what we say, because others have to hear us and listen to us. What we say reflects Christ, since we are supposed to be like him. As believers, the Bible tells us to speak in a way that honors God and builds other people up. Can we please open up to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29? Oh, I'm trying to find it myself. Oh, there we go. So praise God if you're there. It says, don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. That's how we should be speaking, no matter where we are and no matter who we're with, because that's what the Lord tells us to do. My next point is the way that you act. This is rhetorical, but why does the Bible tell us to be joyful always? It's because we represent our God to the unbelievers and newer believers. If we show fruitless emotions that misrepresent God, we're basically closing the gates of heaven, hiding the truth. Because how can people experience the joys of Christ if we, the examples, aren't joyful reflections of him? Besides being joyful, how else should we act? We can find that in Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. One second. Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. Wow. Say, praise God if you're there. So it says, since God chose you to be the holy people he loves, you must clothe yourselves with tenderheartedness, mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Make allowance for each other's faults, and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds us all together in perfect harmony. And let the peace that comes from Christ rule in your hearts. For as members of one body, you are called to live in peace and always be thankful. And if you ever forget how you're supposed to act, and if you ever catch yourself acting in a manner that you know you're not supposed to, this is the perfect verse. This has helped me so much. And my final point, this is sensitive, but it's your clothing, modesty. What you wear matters. I'll keep it short, not really short, but if a girl sees a guy in short shorts and a compression shirt, she'll probably not think any holy thoughts, right? And it's the other way around. As believers, we should be very mindful of what we wear because clothing can cause other people to stumble and lust. Our job, in a way, as believers, is to stop sin. So be mindful of what you wear. And if you don't know how to discern modesty, I'll tell you. Right? So, to start off, I think you should stop wearing clothing that reveals too much of your body. And you guys must be thinking, I'm talking about girls, but guys struggle with this probably more. Like things like wife lovers or compression shirts, all of the sort, right? That's not modest, and it can cause females to stumble. But if you don't think that way, grow closer to God. Because when we grow closer to God, we become sanctified. We become pulled apart from the world. And how do you grow closer to God? Pray, praise God, and read your word. So, finally, for all of you, I have a challenge. Do everything that I just said. Praise God, read your word, and pray each night. Because the Lord's going to grant you with wisdom, discernment, and all that. That's all I got. Thanks. All right, thanks.